Hi, so I'm the Yodash putting the final touches on this video. If you're looking for a professional video, this ain't it. But I'll link a more professional video in the description. But if you're looking for mild entertainment and an example of what not to do, this is the perfect video. I'll be coming back periodically just to help with the flow of the video and to provide some comic relief, possibly. Let's get into it. I'm gonna assume it's focused on me and everything is a-okay. It was not, and the audio was bad. So, today I have here an iPhone 5. I hope that's in frame. You may be thinking, what's the problem with this phone? If you look really closely, you'll see a bulge. It's my understanding that there is not supposed to be this bulge. The screen is slightly raised up, and I believe what's causing that is an expanded battery. That was not the case. I'm not gonna do this blind. I'm gonna be using an iFixit guide. I'll link whatever iFixit guides I used in the description as well. I'm gonna edit so much of this stuff out. But yeah, let's start. Blah, 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 introduction, no one cares, don't care. The first step is to remove the pentalobe screws. Where are those? They are on either side of the charging port. So I'm gonna get out my trusty toolkit. That is just, probably more than I need. So I think the correct screwdriver I need will be in the Protect toolkit that I have, just because I don't know where else to start. Since I'm gonna have these screws out, I think it's a good idea to have the magnetic project mat, just because I don't want to lose things that are easy to lose. Foreshadowing. I'm literally just trying to find the right screwdriver size. Yo, I found the right one! There's so many options. This was the Protect toolkit. This was the right size. 3. Whatever that means. And this just goes in the handy dandy screwdriver. I kind of hate myself for saying handy dandy. You should. Gonna carefully remove these screws. That is a tiny screw. I shall put it on the magnetic project mat. That'll stay in place. Remove the other one. It seems there's only 2 screws I have to remove. Let me check the guide. This is the first time facing a phone. Next thing I will need is the iSchlack opener thing, which, everything in here is so disorganized I don't know where that exactly is. Oh, I found it. What am I talking about? It's not even open. I'm not even wearing the microphone. I ended up using the audio from my phone anyway. It didn't matter. Oh man, not a good start. Part moves. That's cool, I guess. Now it seems you have to slide this part in. I was actually supposed to push this all the way in, but too late, I guess. As you can see, suction cups on both sides. I pressed it here, and then you just gotta oh, that is scary. Is this gonna break? I am terrified. Wow. That was also kind of exciting. How do I desuction this? Oh, these little tabs. See these little tabs? You just take... Oh, this is very terrifying. This is terrifying. I should have done this earlier. I have these gloves here. These are apparently ESD safe. Electrostatic discharge, right? So I'm gonna put these on because I'm gonna be dealing with the battery, and I don't know what condition it's in other than not perfect. Do these even fit? Yeah, these fit. I definitely bought the right size gloves. Obviously, I don't make mistakes. Obviously that wasn't true. This next part, it's gonna be a lot of going back and forth between me and the video, because there's a lot of things going wrong one after another. I've never opened up a phone. This is kind of exciting. Look at that. Can you see this? Where that overhead view cuts out, that's where my phone ran out of space. No lies. No lies. Oh no! What did I just do? I don't think anyone saw that, but I seem to have misplaced a screw. It's this screw. Oh! Crisis averted! Let's get this out of the way. Boom. Screw tends to not be attracted to blah blah blah. I don't care. I really should have cared, because that's where I lost the screw. Luckily, I've prepared a dramatic reenactment. And here's me realizing what I've done. And now I present another dramatic reenactment of searching for the screw. Yep, that's where the battery of my other camera died. Now you'll be seeing me less often. But before then, I'll have to introduce you to the second day me. Just try to ignore what's ever wrong with my lip. Right there. So the part where the camera cut out was while I was opening this up, so that's where I'm gonna start. If you notice any frequent weird cuts in the video, that's because I kept leaning forward and you could see my head on the overhead. And, I mean, no one wants to see that. Let's be real. Here's what the internals look like. Like last time, I am still a bit terrified. Now I will use the screwdriver from the last time. So that's the Torx one for the bottom. This is the correct one for here. It's just a small Phillips. First thing in the internals to do is to remove these screws right here. Right there. These two. And this is the battery connector bracket screws. This is important for removing the wire that connects the phone to the battery itself. I will be organizing this correctly this time. So I will arrange them in the same way that they appear in the phone. Some of these are different sizes. So like the top one is 1.8 millimeters, the other one is 1.6. But like this will fit both of those. The next one, screw that out. There you go. Right there. And then this bracket can actually come out. That's just this part and not part of this. So I'll grab it with these tweezers and then I'll put it right there. And then you can see organized. I will know now that this screw goes there. Next part is disconnecting the battery connector. Right under it. And just lift. And now the battery is disconnected, and now there is no power running through. Next step. This is actually where I had trouble, because right here can get kind of tricky. I kept leaning forward in this part, so what you're supposed to do is unscrew those 3 screws, and then just try to lift that metal plate out with the tweezers. I'm gonna try to circle it. I just removed was the front panel assembly cable bracket screws. A lot of words, very little meaning. Once you remove that bracket, it'll expose 3 cables. You'll kind of see it in the video, but later on, I'll show them more clearly. It's right there. Get under there. Okay, that's the first. And then there's another cable to remove right there. And I'm trying to get the best, like, working. Okay, there. And then there is another third cable to remove right here. Now the front assembly is off. Now, here's the tricky part. Or is it tricky? I don't know. Lifting the battery. The directions just say to, like, use this plastic tab to pull the battery out. So I'm gonna try to do that with as even pressure as I can. So it says if this tab breaks, you're supposed to either use the eye opener tool. Feel like this is gonna break. You know, this sticker says authorized service provider only. I think that's because they actually know what they're doing. You're supposed to use that to loosen the adhesive, and this is the eye opener right here. I have heated this eye opener up for 30 seconds, and it says to apply this to the back. I don't know if this is gonna work super well, but I can't really do anything else. So you're supposed to use the plastic opening tool to like pry it out from the edge. But if it isn't easy to remove, you're supposed to heat up the eye opener again. I'm trying to be as even as possible. You do not want to puncture the battery. I might just heat it up a little more to be on the safe side. Oh! It's out! I don't actually know what to do with this battery. Do you recycle it? Do I stop playing with it maybe? That's a good idea. So I will say this eye opener works super well. To repeat, it even says here, only microwave for 30 seconds at a time. I think in the future what I will do is use the eye opener before even trying to pull the tab, because like I would break the tab less often, right? If it's not as stuck on there. So instead of doing this whole this plastic opening tool, I could just do it the intended way with the tab if the adhesive is loosened. This is the iPhone 5 battery. I ordered this from iFixit. Here's my official utility knife. The one with the scary clicky sounds. I am still intimidated. What is this? Battery calibration. You're supposed to calibrate them? It says to calibrate a new battery, you're supposed to charge it to 100%, then continue charging it for another 2 hours, and then discharge it completely, so, you know, it dies. And then again, charge it again to 100%. What I don't know is if it came with any adhesive. Sadly, it did not. On the third day, me. Alright, we're back. So I figured I'm not gonna really bother with the other camera. It would be more helpful to have a closer look. You know, I looked at the old footage and I can say it's not the best quality, I'll admit. It wasn't much better. Because I attached a little crane thing to the table itself, every time I touched the table, the whole camera would vibrate. I'll show you what's going on. This is what I'm talking about. I did try that stabilization on Final Cut, but I mean, it doesn't look much better. I finally have the adhesive, so that's good. I've never actually used this before, so this is gonna be something. You can buy the adhesive strips from iFixit as well, but it is a separate purchase, and that's what I was not prepared for. So I actually got a pack of 5, and now I realize that's way too much. But, I mean, if I do mess up, you know, it'd be nice to have some extras. You're supposed to use one of these per battery. It says the first step is to remove the blue film. See how weird that looked? Alright, so blue film goes first. I'm going to make sure not to touch anything. Try to get no dust on it. And it says to fold the black tabs at 90 degrees. So orientating it this way. Okay. So this would be the top right here. You want the black parts to be toward the bottom and trying to line that carefully. And you can see this pink film actually fits where this is, and I did not align that quite well. Great. That's what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Yeah, this is actually very hard to get off. I mean, I think that's the point. So I'm going to work on removing this because I choked. I choked a lot. If you do have this problem and you want to remove it, it's best to like grab it close to the end and just gently, with even pressure, try to pull. Because it will break quite easily. And this can be quite annoying. Oh my gosh. Oh, it tore anyway. That's cool. And I guess this is why I bought a pack of 5. Oh, this is so ridiculous. It's not the best process. Really, I would just recommend being careful the first time in order to avoid removing the adhesive. Because that is a waste of time. Let's get another one out. It almost seems easier to do it on the battery first, but I'm gonna stick to what this guide says. This is definitely not the third one. Alright, that looks a lot better. Folding this up, and then align it carefully. It says, on the guide it says to start in the middle, I should probably listen to it. This is the proper orientation. I am now going to remove this film. Okay. And then just carefully place the battery in. So the battery's now in. I'm going to reconnect that. See, I don't like how it's raised here. You can see that. That might be a problem. And I want to just fold it here. But I don't know if that's bad. So let's check the other battery and how that was. You know, the other battery had the same kind of thing. I think it's better to have this battery more toward the left side, just so there's space for this cable to go in between. It says I need a spudger for this next step. I'm supposed to remove this. Supposed to remove that. And then try to tuck it in. The battery is connected. Now I'm gonna work on just reinstalling all of the parts and, you know, basically just hoping it'll work in the end. This piece goes back. This screw. First one's in. Second one, right there. And the third one, like that. Hypothetically, this should turn on. I think the battery should have some charge in it. Oh, it turns on! Okay, yeah. So it looks like it comes with 13% battery. I'm just gonna do a quick test of the touch controls and everything. By the way, the phone was not showing the correct date or time. I actually don't know why it had that date. Okay, touch works. I mean, does it? What I'm gonna try to do is disconnect all of the cables and then plug them in again. It seems like the home button doesn't work at all. I'm properly making sure everything's in place. You can't see this well. That's the first cable right there. And then on to the second one again. Alright, all three are connected. See if the screen lights back up. Screen is back. The home button did work before. So what I'm gonna try to do is put it just all together and then see if it's just because the phone is open. See, I always have trouble with this part. Like, it's so difficult to get right in place. I'm gonna say it's good like this. I can't really seem to do any better. If it works, right? Now I'm gonna close it, starting from the top and working down. You can see it's caught right there. The home button does work. These screen issues I actually had before, so it's not related to the battery itself. What I'm trying to do right now is to get the screen out and then try to start with the left side of the screen first, because that's the side that seems to not want to fit completely. I got it out once again. I'm gonna start with the left side. Alright, so it is closed. I'm just gonna put in these last two screws on the bottom. I'd say as far as the battery replacement goes, it's a success. Marginally. Ooh. It does turn on and off. I still have issues with the actual display, but I had those issues before I even tried to replace it, so I'm not gonna say it's because of my repair efforts. It's still a bit raised here, and that happened ever since I got my front display replaced by a business. If I really wanted this phone to be completely working, I would replace the display, but it's not worth it to me. It was good practice, and that's what I wanted it for. But yeah, we have a completely new battery inside, and at least this video will show you the steps necessary to take for that. even if it's a bit messy. A little close up, and if you can't see my disappointment, it's there's a lot. There's definitely some disappointment. Whatever. I'm so done with this video. It's over. Right, so in the end, I fixed a problem that wasn't even what I was trying to fix. I mean, yes, it did have battery issues. It couldn't hold on to a charge, but the major issue was the whole touch thing, and I didn't do anything for that, did I? I also wanted to say I really appreciate the people who have subscribed. That's awesome. Just so you know, I won't only be uploading like electronics videos, like fixing electronics or cell phones. I'm not good at sticking to one thing. Regardless, thank you for watching. The quality of my videos will improve. Most likely.